Picture this, a CEO pacing the halls of a struggling company desperate watching teams that technically work but somehow don't click asterisk. Every meeting is polite, routine, but beneath the surface, something's missing, a pulse. The CEO is about to discover that his company isn't just a collection of employees, it's dozens of tribes, each with its own hidden culture acting like a heartbeat or a drag. What if unlocking tribal culture is the missing key to breakthrough success? Understanding tribes begins with recognizing the invisible stages that shape every group. These aren't just moods, they're worldviews that decide how people engage, trust, and create value together. Logan tells a gripping story from a Midwestern factory where workers openly admitted life sucks. This was stage one, where distrust and despair haunt the tribe. People hide, resist, or worse, sabotage. It's the toxic ground zero no leader wants but often inherits. Most companies hover in stage three, like the software firm TechWave, where every employee thinks I'm great, you're not. Teams work hard, but collaboration is minimal. Think of it as a sports stadium where every fan cheers for their own team but ignores the game's bigger goals. Everyone's competent but isolated. Apple's original iPod team is a hardware legend that lived at stage 5. They didn't just work together, they felt an unstoppable shared mission. This tribe was small, tight, and obsessed, not with personal glory but with what they could create together. It's tribal nirvana, where greatness isn't individual, it's collective. The secret sauce of tribal leadership: language, not just what's said, but how it signals your tribe's vibe. Words shape reality, signaling where your tribe stands and where it's heading. In one of their studies, they recorded thousands of conversations, spotting clear patterns. A team at NASCAR constantly said, "They don't get it," signaling a stage 3 tribal mindset, isolated and defensive. Contrast that with a Silicon Valley startup saying, "We're going to crush it together," a high stage 4 plus vibe. Language isn't fluff, it's tribal DNA made audible. Think of language as the weather that shapes plants. Saying "I'm great" is like a cold frost, kills collaboration, but "we're great" is warm sunlight that nourishes collective growth. This shift in language rewires thinking from competition inside the company to shared success for the tribe. One leader used tribal language like a sculptor shaping clay. They didn't just talk, they translated, reframed, nudged their team from gloom to pride by changing phrases, stories, and rituals. It's cultural architecture, building a better tribe by speaking its future into existence. Leaders can't just manage, they must create meaning. Most organizations never get past stage 3. But the difference between adequate and outstanding tribes can mean millions in revenue and entirely new ways to innovate and solve problems. Brian France, the NASCAR CEO, took tribal leadership seriously. His leadership transformed a fragmented workforce into a high-performing tribe by focusing on language, stories, and shared values. The result: bigger TV ratings, renewed sponsor enthusiasm, and a workplace culture that broke decades of cynicism. The authors use an analogy. Low-stage tribes are like an old car sputtering along. High-stage tribes are a Tesla: instant torque, electrifying innovation, and seamless team synergy. When tribes unlock shared purpose, they solve problems not by management fiat but through collective creativity that surprises even executives. And here's the kicker: outstanding tribes don't just feel better internally, they generate real measurable impact. Higher employee engagement, fewer turnover costs, and product breakthroughs. The book shows that tribal culture shifts correlate tightly with profit margins and market leadership, proving tribe isn't just touchy-feely, it's the bottom line. Remember that restless CEO from the start. Now you know the real game isn't just managing people, but leading tribes through the invisible stages that shape every workplace. Here's your move: listen closely to your team's language this week, spot the stage they're in, then nudge your tribe one step higher, because when tribes thrive, your whole organization ignites. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.